are his movies.
Check it out, everybody. Identity.
Yeah, Identity's good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
All right, man, and that wraps up our intro segments. If you're ready to do,
Yeah, absolutely.
dive into your main focus of the week, or the end of the month special, I should say.
The end of the month special.
The Pawlak pick. All right.
Hopefully this is an easier movie to find than
Oh yeah, yeah.
than some of the other ones we've done in the last 6 to 7 months.
So, Assault on Precinct 13. It's rated R. It's from 1976. It's an action exploitation film. It runs at 1 hour and 31 minutes, very lean, and it has an impressive 95 on Rotten. Alright, so written, directed, scored, and edited by John Carpenter, starring Darwin Jostin, Austin Stoker, Laurie Zimmer, Tony Burton, Kim Richards, and Nancy Case. Is that how you say your last name?
Keys?
Keys?
Keys, maybe?
Case?
Perhaps? Yeah. The name that she's credited in the film under is Loomis.
Ah.
So that must be a married name or something.
The film is set in Los Angeles and spins the story of revenge after the police brutally murder a group of young gang-affiliated youths. After these events, the remaining members of the diverse gang proclaim war on any and all police by way of a blood pact. Meanwhile, a highway patrol officer is asked to keep night watch over a soon-to-be-closed precinct. A prison transport is made to stop and take refuge at the station, and a father seeks help after avenging his young daughter's death at the hands of the same gang. These events lead to an intense standoff of epic proportions. Carpenter was approached to make an action flick with the slim budget of just $100,000. He agreed under the condition that he would have full creative control, something that would remain true to everything except for the film's title. Originally titled The Anderson Alamo, followed by the working title The Siege, which distributors eventually rejected in favor of the film's current title, obviously, despite the fact the film's police station is referred to as Precinct 9, Division 13.
I was just saying, yeah, the title is a misnomer.
Yeah. The screenplay was written in just 8 days and was inspired by filmmakers Howard Hawks and George A. Romero, with Carpenter originally wanting to make a Western but quickly realizing that the micro-budget would not allow him to do so. He switched his scenario into a modern setting, staging his gang members as culturally diverse, supernatural, creeping zombie-like entities. The film's pre-production was rather extensive, and principal photography took place in November of 1975 on a lean 20-day shooting schedule. This project marks Carpenter's first real experience using Panavision cameras and lenses. The film's score is perhaps the most iconic symbol of the entire project, and was written by Carpenter in just 3 days and recorded using several different styles of synthesizers, and an electric piano. The process took an incredible amount of time, as it was accomplished by using older technology. The score as a whole only clocks in at about 25 minutes long, and it was actually unavailable officially until 2003, with the label Record Makers overseeing a physical release finally. The film first opened in LA on November 3rd, 1976, and in true Carpenter fashion failed to garner any real box office success, and it also came with mixed reviews within the United States. However, a year later in 1977, the film was then screened at the London Film Festival and managed to grab a lot of positive attention, making it wildly popular within Britain and positive word of mouth spreading all over Europe. Over the years, the film has built a loyal cult following, with many critics retracting their first impressions and praising Assault as one of the best films in the director's catalog, as well as one of the most underappreciated exploitation films of the 70s. Overall, Assault on Precinct 13 is a hard-edged, grimy action film that doesn't play by the rules and completely gets away with its over-the-top nature. Highly recommend a rewatch or checking it out via Shout Factory's Blu-ray Collector's Edition. 4 smokes out of 5. Thank you.
I have all the Carpenter movies I own are the Shout Factory special editions.
Not the steel?
Not the steel books.
Okay.
A lot of those were unavailable. But every single one of them I have are the Shout Factory special edition ones.
Nice. Those are probably
except Halloween. I don't think Halloween was available on Shout Factory.
It is now. I think
it is now?
Yeah, I think they put out I'm pretty sure it's Shout Factory, but they put out all of the whole original canon franchise with new artwork.
Oh, cool. I'll look for it then. But all the Carpenter films, all the 70s and 80s movies that I own from him, which I think there's only one that I don't have, are all the Shout Factory ones.
Which is the one you don't have, Ghost of Mars?
No, Ghost of Mars is straight trash. I can't believe that Carpenter rips himself off to make it and like makes the movie so fucking badly. Because nothing is that great. None of the main characters in the movie have the presence that at least our 4 main characters in this one have. And I'll say that the main characters are Bishop, Wilson, Lee, and Wells, because Wells survives long enough to be a main character. No one in Ghost of Mars has the screen presence that these guys have. And that Ghost of Mars soundtrack is so shitty, like with the thrash metal.
Yeah.
Like every time there's an action scene, he could have done like a really cool synthesizer score.
But then he just goes this kind of generic route. And that's a big reason why I think the movie has like gotten even worse over time, is that's just like really out of place music.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be watching it again because Blank Check did a Carpenter miniseries last fall, so I'm really excited to listen to all those episodes. But as usual, when I listen to the episodes, I'll watch the movie, which means I'll have to watch Ghost of Mars. Which, fun fact, for anyone keeping score, I saw Ghost of Mars on a date.
Wow.
The very first time I watched it was on a date.
How did that go? Did you not like it on your initial watch?
Nope. Nope, but I've seen it about 3 times since for some inexplicable reason.
Did your date never talk to you again?
It wasn't my idea, it was hers.
Oh, okay.
She was like, I know it's going to be shitty, but I like really bad like sci-fi Mars movies. This is going to be one. Let's go watch it.
Pam Grier's in that too, I forgot.
Pam Grier's in it. It's got a decent enough cast. I mean, Clea Duvall is in it.
Statham is in it. Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah. Ice Cube.
Of course, yeah.
Someone else is in it for a bit. I just remember like the trailer it wasn't like the usual Don LaFontaine voiceover. Keith David did the voiceover for the trailer.
Oh.
And I was like, that's cool. And then the movie was so shitty. But it still like bugs me that it's like, man, Carpenter ripped himself off, but does such a shitty job ripping himself off. God, I forget who else is. There's someone else that I'm forgetting that's in it for not very long. But whatever. Let's talk about an actual good movie.
Okay.
So I'm stoked to do this one because this is one of my favorite Carpenter films. Like a top 5 for sure. Maybe even the top 3. But I like it. Like you said, it's very lean. It reminds me of like The Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Where there's not much story. It's a slim 90 minutes. The movie ends exactly at the end of the story. And it's just very economic. For a low budget movie, he does a lot with it. And again, like the 4 leads are all great in the movie. It's got some really fun, almost hard-boiled type dialogue. And you mentioned it. The score is awesome.
It is.
Like, by far, my favorite Carpenter score.
I don't know if you still have it, but I think it's the main theme you had as a ringtone.
It still is. It's been my ringtone for like 7 or 8 years now. But there's a reason that main theme is my ringtone. And even when I was rewatching it again, because I've watched it a couple times in prep for the podcast, there's like the really kind of low beat, like down tempo bit of the score.
Yeah.
I swear the Dust Brothers referenced Fight Club with the Fight Club score. I'm not entirely certain. I have not looked anything up to see if that's true. But there's a couple scenes in the movie where it pops up. One is where Bishop is getting out of the car and walking into the station. And then it pops up again when Julie, sorry. It's that piece of the score is referenced again, like when they discover that Julie had been killed during the firefight. But I swear that the Dust Brothers reference it in Fight Club.
We'll have to go back and investigate.
Or sample it. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Carpenter movies. This is a movie that my dad loved, and I saw it because of him one day. He showed it to me. So we've talked about the music and how rad that is, and we've talked about the 4 leads in it. But let's shout them out.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I think they're great in the movie. You know, you make a movie with some no names in it, or people that hadn't done a whole lot, and you get great performances out of them that are like, they're very natural. Bishop is played by Austin Stoker, who's in a couple of films before this. He's in Battle for the Planet of the Apes, which I believe is the 5th and final Apes movie of the original films.
Yes.
And then Sheba Baby with Pam Grier, who just had a birthday today, by the way. Happy birthday, Pam Grier. I believe she's 73.
Wow, no way, really?
Yeah. No, she's 73 today. And then, so she's in her yeah, that checks, because this is 2022, and Jackie Brown comes out in 97. Yeah, so she's about 48 years old, Jackie Brown. So shout out to Pam Grier. Jackie Brown is awesome. I just rewatched that the other day. Let's see, who else? Oh, Napoleon Wilson, who I told you we would definitely talk about.
Of course, yeah.
Darwin Jostin. He was Carpenter's next door neighbor. And he gets to be in the movie, and he turns in a great performance. He's so good in this.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had any experience before this. I know he's in The Fog, and he's got a small part in Eraserhead. But he's so good for a guy that I don't think was up to much of anything, and he was just Carpenter's buddy, his next door neighbor. Oh man, who else? Tony Burton, who is Wells. You probably recognize he plays Duke in the Rocky movies. He's Apollo Creed's trainer, and then later, after Apollo dies, in Rocky IV, the greatest